Joining me also now is a special guest from the United States of America, U.S. Congressman Shri Thanedar. Thank you so much and I appreciate you joining us as well, because here's a little trivia for the viewer watching right now. You will be the one escorting Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Capitol, where the address is to the U.S. Congress. Tell us more about that. Are you looking at this as an opportunity that you're enthusiastic about? Is this protocol? Do tell us more.
Oh, this is a very historic moment and a very exciting time in the relationship between India and the United States. So my name is Shri Thanedar. I am a United States Congressman. I came here as an immigrant when I was 24 years old with nothing. I got a PhD, ran some businesses, and now I'm in political office, and I was just elected as a United States Congressman, like what you call an MP in India. And Prime Minister Modi has the distinct honor to address both houses of Congress, which is Sansad, like the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It's a combined Sansad that will where he will address. And I have the pleasure, I have been chosen by the leadership to be an escort for Mr. Modi. So as he enters the United States Congress, I will be accompanying him and be with him. And so it is a very much of a pleasure for an honor for someone like who's an immigrant and who grew up in poverty in India to be here with the Prime Minister of India.
And, you know, in many ways, can I say that it looks like you're the bridge with your origins coming from India, and now you're making such an incredible mark in American politics. And who better than you, Shri Thanedar, to be escorting the Prime Minister when he goes on for that address? How do you see this relationship growing? Because in the past as well, you know, there was a lack of clarity about how much can India and America become an ally. Do you think this moment can be taken further and be seen as something where India and America can forge a better friendship, and specifically in times where we can see a lot of global conflicts also that are taking place?
Well, since 1947, India has practiced non-alignment.
Yes.
And had a balanced relationship between the two superpowers, Russia and United States. However, a lot has changed. The end of the Cold War, United States now is really the only superpower. Russia, with its dictatorial policies, encroaching on Ukraine, a sovereign country, infringing on another sovereign country. So now we have a China factor. China is becoming more aggressive. So the world has changed since the time India had practiced non-alignment. And one of the things I want to stress to Mr. Modi when I get a chance to speak with him is that maybe it is time for India to relook at our non-alignment, India's non-alignment policy, and see, does it make more sense for India now to align itself with the oldest democracy and maybe move away a little bit from the dictatorial countries like Russia? We need to, if United States and India can have a much stronger friendship, a much more trusting relationship, something where the two countries become strongest of the strong allies, a lot can change. And it is the need of this time now. And I hope Prime Minister Modi ji and President Biden realize that.
I think it's very interesting what you're saying, and very rightly said as well, but that perhaps this can be taken further, definitely in the times of what is happening with Russia and Ukraine, because India has maintained an independent stand as well. Shri Thanedar, do tell me, how does it feel at the time when you're in the USA? Do you see that from the time that you had come and moved, and I'm sure you had a struggle as well that you had to put forth in America, coming from India, and literally with nothing. But today, do you see that the image of India is changing in the American society, that they are becoming more aware, they are more, the acceptance is more, and the realization that India is not just a developing nation, but is a world player too?
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of respect that India now gets in the United States is because of its economic power. India currently is the fifth largest economy in the world, soon to be approaching third largest economy.
Yes,
And America appreciates that, America recognizes that. India also has a large pool of young people. India excels in technology. And now with China practices unfair trade practices.
correct.
China practices unfair labor practices. And so given all that, it may be most important that we create another manufacturing excellence, another manufacturing country that can challenge China's economic power. It is very, very important at this moment if United States and India can be the best of the best allies. India could become a technology hub. India could become a
Yes.
manufacturing hub, and India and United States could have such a great partnership that will help the economy of both countries.
Shri Thanedar, this is going to be a momentous occasion, but it's also about, let's say, issues that pertain to Indian origin residents in America, or the ones who want to migrate to the United States of America, or Americans who will want to come to India for trade or visits or any other issue, even including education. Do you see that there needs to be perhaps more ease in visa issues, in trying to, in the exchange programs that can take place? All of this will be of concern as well, to ensure that there is more friendship, which is not just in terms of bilateral nature or political corridors, but as much for the citizens of both countries.
Yeah, absolutely. And United States in its own interest. When I speak with a lot of CEOs of technology companies in the United States, and they all are looking for skilled workforce. Some they can get in the United States, some they need to rely on foreign-born scientists and engineers. And United States has a very complex immigration process, and the immigration system currently, as many people in the United States believe, needs a reform, needs
Yes.
changes. The H-1 visa numbers are not sufficient enough for industries to acquire the talent it needs. American businesses cannot grow without the skilled workforce. American businesses cannot create jobs for Americans without this kind of a growth. American businesses need technology, innovation. We saw what happens when we were overly reliant on Chinese-made chips, silicon chips. That caused a lot of problems for many U.S. manufacturers, including the automakers in my own state of Michigan. So it is important that United States and United States technology companies become self-sufficient and grow and manufacture technology innovation in the United States. And to do that, it is important that we have a very well reformed immigration system. Currently, the green card backlog has created
Yes.
a lot of hardship on young people. It has caused a lot of heartache for families, family separations.
Yes.
So this issue needs to be resolved, and many people in the United States Congress realize that it is important to resolve the immigration issues and immigration reform so that American businesses can prosper and grow, and American GDP can grow at a much higher rate than it currently does.